Evolution of information technology. There have been 5 stages in this evolution, each representing a different configuration of computing power and infrastructure elements. In this video we are going to talk about the 5 stages that can be identified as follows. The first stage, which is the IBM mainframe, which was the first mainframe introduced to us. IBM mainframes are large computer systems produced by IBM since 1952. During the 1960s and 1970s, IBM dominated the large computer market. Current mainframe computers in IBM's lines of business are developments of the basic design of the IBM system. Followed by these mainframes, we were introduced to mini computers, or colloquially Mini. It is a class of smaller computers that was developed in the mid-1960s and sold for much less than the mainframe and mid-sized computers from IBM and its direct competitors. Then we have the second stage, which is the proliferation of personal computers in the 80s and 90s, which was the opening gate to the technology that we are using in the present. This led us to easier data collection and processing and creating an interconnected environment, which allowed us to make a huge progress in the field of technology and invent more and more. And then the third stage started in 1983, the client-server era, where a client could easily access information that is required from the company's servers, and that's called LAN, which is short for Local Area Network. Adding to that, there are 2 ways to access the servers, and they are called two-tier network and multi-tier network. Two-tier network. In this type, computer processing is split between client machines and server machines, linked by a network, and users interface with the client machines. Multi-tier network. This type balances a load of network over several levels of servers, various types of servers like network, application, and web. Moving on to the most relevant stages to our generation, we have the fourth stage, which is the enterprise computer era stage, from 1992 to present. In this era, people went through the applications which helped companies do their tasks, which were also useful in the aspect of grouping all systems together using internet standards after being all separated. As an example for those applications, we have CRM, ERP, and SCM. And finally, the fifth stage, which is cloud and mobile computing stage, which appeared from 2000 to present. Lately, cloud computing shows up with several advantages that were never there before. It is a form of computing power and software applications. It's also the fastest growing form of computing, which gives the users the advantage of using more computing power than the actual existing ones, which are supplied over the internet or over the network. The software-driven nature of cloud computing has enabled a great number of innovations, and one of the most prevalent has been the growth of open-source software. The aim of open source is to make powerful software available to anyone, anywhere, and fuel invention by giving innovators access to the technology they need. Cloud computing consists of 3 different types of services. 1. Cloud infrastructure service. Customers use processing, storage, networking from clouds services provided to run their information systems. 2. Cloud platforms as a service. Customer used infrastructure and programming tools hosted by the service provider to develop their own application. 3. Cloud software as a service. Customer use software hosted by the vendor. Leading examples of that are Google Apps. Thank you for listening to us, and we hope you understood.